Good morning, students. Our today's topic is genetic code. The process of translation requires transfer of genetic information from a polymer of nucleotides to a polymer of amino acid. This is a definition of translation where where a polymer of nucleotide is transferred to a polymer of amino acids. In proteins, amino acids are present and nucleotides are present in DNA or RNA. So, this information is transferred from a polymer of nucleotide to a polymer of amino acids. If determining the biochemical nature of genetic material and the structure of DNA was very exciting, the proposition and deciphering of genetic code was very challenging. In a very true sense, it required involvement of scientists from several disciplines: physicists, organic chemists, biochemists, and geneticists. Means from different areas, scientists combine and give their knowledge. It was George Gamow, a physicist, who argued that since there are only four bases are adenine, guanine, cytosine, and thymine, and if they have to code for 20 amino acids, as we know 20 amino acids are present, so the code should constitute a combination of bases. He suggested that in order to code for all the 20 amino acids, the code should be made up of 3 nucleotides. He said that 3 bases code for 1 amino acid. This was a very bold proposition because a permutation combination, that is 4 into 4 into 4, would generate 64 codons. So we have 64 codons which code for 20 amino acids. From these 64 codons, 61 code for amino acids and 3 stop on codons. They do not have any amino acid, but they help in stopping the synthesis. Providing proof that a codon was a triplet was a very daunting task, very difficult task. The chemical method developed by Hargobind Khorana was instrumental in synthesizing RNA molecule with defined combinations of bases, homopolymers and copolymers. Homopolymers means where monomer units are same. Copolymer means more than one species of monomers, means different monomers combine and form copolymer. Marshall-Nirenberg's cell-free system for protein synthesis finally helped the code to be deciphered. Learn the name of the scientist, Marshall-Nirenberg. He was able to show that RNA controls the production of protein in E. coli. Out of the cell-free environment means in Escherichia coli. He showed the synthesis of protein in E. coli. Sviro Oryza, another biochemist, he uses the enzyme polynucleotide phosphorylase, learned the scientist and enzyme, and was able to polymerize RNA with defined sequence in a template independent manner, enzymatic synthesis of RNA. Template independent manner means without the use of DNA template. So he prepared RNA enzymatically using the enzyme known as polynucleotide phosphorylase and synthesize RNA. Finally, a checkerboard for genetic code was prepared, which is given in figure in a table 6.1. Here 64 codons are shown. Out of these 64, 61 codons code for the amino acids, but we have 20 amino acids only, and 3 codons they are known as stop-on codons. Here UAA, that is a stop codon, UAG and UGA, these 3 are stop codons. Other are code for the other amino acids. How to prepare this one? If you see in the first position, they have written all the 4 nitrogenous bases UCAG. In the middle also same UCAG. In the third position, in this way have there. How they prepared? Take one amino acid, for example, first one, phenylalanine. At the first position, the nitrogenous base from the first position. At the second position, they took the nitrogenous base from the second position, and third position. So these are the triple U. In this way, they prepared the checkerboard. What are the salient features of genetic code are as follow. The code is triplet. Triplet means it consists of 3 nucleotides. 61 codons code for amino acids and 3 codons do not code for any amino acids. Hence they function as stop codons. Out of above 64, 61 code for the amino acids and 3 are the stop codons. One codon codes for only one amino acid. For example, if you consider triple U, that codes for phenylalanine. That one codon, this codon codes for one amino acid only. Hence, it is unambiguous and specific. The codon is specific for the amino acid. Third, some amino acids are coded by more than one codon. Now, if you see that phenylalanine, that is coded by triple U, UUC. So, in this way, different codons are there for phenylalanine. So, one amino acid is coded by more than one codon. Hence, the code is degenerate. One amino acid is coded by more than one codon. The codon is read in mRNA in a contiguous manner. There are no punctuation. They are present continuous manner. No punctuation is present. The code is nearly universal, present everywhere. For example, from bacteria to humans, triple U code for phenylalanine. Some exception to this rule have been found in mitochondrial codons and in some protozoans. So this is also one of the property that code is universal. Next is AUG, that is known as the starting codon, has dual function. It codes for methionine, that is an amino acid, and it acts as an initiator codon, starting codon. AUG acts as starting codon and it codes for methionine amino acid also. So following is the sequence of nucleotides in mRNA. Predict the sequence of amino acids coded by it. So AUG is the starting codon. You can write this is methionine. Then triple U for phenylalanine. UUC is also for phenylalanine. All codes are for phenylalanine. On the next. Now try in the opposite. Following the sequence of amino acids coded by an mRNA. Predict the nucleotide sequence in the RNA. Because we know methionine is AUG and other codon you can write any codon for that. Because amino acid phenylalanine is written, you can write triple U or you can write WC. So in this way you can write the codons. Next topic is mutations and genetic code. The effect of point mutation will be explained here in mutations and genetic code. The classical example of point mutation is a change of single base pair in the gene for beta globulin chain that result in the change of amino acid residue glutamate to valine. This you have studied in chapter 5. It results into a disease condition called as sickle cell anemia. Effect of point mutation that insert or deletes a base in structural gene can be better understood by following simple example. Consider a statement that is made up of following words, each having 3 letters like genetic code. Ram has red cap. Because each word has 3 letters, 3 alphabets RAM, which codes for one amino acid. Consider these are the 4 codons which code for different amino acids. If we insert a letter B in between has and read and rearrange the statement, it would read as follows. Ram has BRE. Now the statement has changed. First two amino acids will remain same, but others will change. Similarly, if we add two letters, again the statement will change. But now when we insert three letters together, say big, the statement would be read as Ram has big red cap. Now no change, other amino acids remain the same, one more new amino acid has added in between has and read. The same exercise can be repeated by depleting the letters R, E and D one by one and rearranging the statement. The conclusion from the above exercise is very obvious. Insertion or deletion of one or two bases changes the reading frame from the point of insertion or deletion. As we have already seen, when we added B, that has changed the reading frame. Insertion or deletion of three or its multiple bases insert or delete one or multiple codons, hence one or multiple amino acids, and reading frame remains unaltered from that point onwards. When we added big, the other amino acids remain unchanged. Such mutations are referred to as frame shift insertion or deletion mutations. When the complete frame is shifted to one side, that is known as frame shift insertion or deletion mutation. This forms the genetic basis for proof that codon is a triplet and is read in a continuous manner. I hope this is clear. If any doubt, you can ask me on my personal WhatsApp number. Thank you.